Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, everybody. No, that's third. Praise the Lord, everybody.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord, everybody. Lord, praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord.
Come on now.
Everybody ought to praise the Lord. Clap your hands, everybody. It's always somebody in the church doing something extra. Hey, Star fam, how are we doing? It's raining in LA, so I am home. I am cozy, and I'm so excited. I finally got fall weather. I told y'all I was going to get fall weather, and it's going to be damn near December. LA always be playing with me, but I still love her. I still love her. Anyway, hi guys. How are you doing? Welcome. This was actually supposed to be a part of my reality TV chat, but when I was taking notes for this episode, I just had so much to talk about, and I was just like, I'll do another reality TV chat. So I'll do my reality TV chat tomorrow, and I'll just talk about this episode on its own. Buckle up. We're talking about colorism. Sadness and madness have got to go. They are bringing a demonic energy to this show that I thought the Bravo NBC execs exercised last season. But these two wenches are taking the show down for me. I was watching this episode. I was just like, I'm going to give them one more. I'm going to give them one more episode. If Potomac is a drag, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. Because what the hell am I doing this for? Them hoes don't pay me. Sorry. I just really disliked this episode. Anyway, Star fan, we got a new drink. I saw this today. How cute. How cute. Olipop Vintage Cola. So cute and right on time for the holiday season. My Christmas season starts on Black Friday. So I've been looking around and getting some things. It's still pumpkin spice over here, though. It's still pumpkin spice over here. Let's give it a shot. Did I try this already? Did I try cola? Did I try vintage cola with y'all? No, I tried vintage ginger ale. It was good. I didn't like the aftertaste. So we're going to see what cola gives us. It got more of a bite back than the ginger ale. My God, today. Oh, child, you can clean metal with this. My God, today. I will say it has an aftertaste way less than the ginger ale. So I like the vintage cola more than I like the ginger ale. And that's crazy because I'm Black American and nothing tops ginger ale for us. But I'm sorry, cola. I'm sorry, ginger. Cola is taking it for Olipop. This is Olipop, right? Not Papa. Yeah. Cola is taking it for Olipop. My favorite still is the orange cream. Oh, the orange cream, strawberry vanilla, and the cherry vanilla. I love those two so much. Love her. I've stalled long enough. Let's get into it. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I am glad to be back. We have a lot to talk about. Arnold's coming back this week. We got some fun stuff happening. Stick around. You'll enjoy. You will enjoy. Thank you all for showing me so much love. Oh, shoot. Toy! Yeah. Can you bring me my charger? My phone charger? I got my I got my computer charger. I just need my phone charger. We don't have the same phone. My charger is downstairs. Thank you, Toya Star. I don't know what I was talking about. I forgot. Listen, it happens. I'm getting older. Memory's going, guys. Keep me in your prayers. So guys, we have Monique. Monique is back on the scene with the gangster lean. Oh. I will say she is. I don't know if this is going to be good for the fan base. I don't know if this is the Monique we want, or they want. But she's chill. She's real chill this season. And I mean, it was just her first episode, but she was real chill, real cool, real comfy. No, I'm not gonna plug. I'm gonna plug it up through my computer. Thank you, my love. She was real chill, real cool, real comfy, ready to get to know everybody. I will say this, Monique. You were like, when Ashley was like asking you about like coming back and how are everything since the fight. Ashley's so messy. Oh yeah, since your fight, you were acting like that wasn't like a big deal, or like you were kind of downplaying everything. And I'm just like, no shade. I'm not gonna let you come back on the show and you're gonna downplay how you changed this fan base forever. Like this was our show. You brought the MAGAs to this show with your assault on Candace. So for you to just be like, hey, so what's going on? Oh yeah, I've been, just doing life and having, a good time since the time I last saw you guys. The time you last saw us, girl, you went out with a raging fire. So I get that she's like coming back and, this is new, this is different. But we have to talk about why you left. Like, now we can't play these games. I am not going to watch this season. And Monique is going to like sit there and act like when she left, it wasn't a big deal. You and Giselle are going to have to sit down and talk about everything. If y'all are going to play like it wasn't nothing and that you guys are good, yeah, it's going to be a no for me. You split that girl's wig. We need to talk about that. The producers had to hold you back because you said, let me back in that room so I can kill her. You were crying with your pastor saying that it wasn't her fault, that you were dealing with some things. Here's the thing. I'm not saying you can't move on from like a horrible time in your past. No shade. There are people I beat up and I feel terrible. One girl don't talk to me to this day, and I get it. That wasn't right. So, I'm not sitting over here on my high horse. I've been in this position. Oh, it's not fun. However, you got to realize that you did something wrong. Repent, change your behavior, but it got to be acknowledged, especially if you're coming back on a platform where you left because of that. We can't just like skip over that. And I feel like at least that's what Monique is trying to do, because she kept on saying the incident or that moment. And actually was like, the fight. Yeah, there was a fight, Monique. It was a huge thing. Then you went on the reunion with your binder instead of the blades. You lit everybody up. You just can't come back here and act like nothing happened, Mamacita. We got to talk about those things. I will say she is giving real, what is it? Real neo soul. Real neo soul. She's showing up barefaced. She don't need it. She's gorgeous. But she is not a wag. She is not a wag. There is a part where they're all at Ashley's Pride performance, and she walks in and she greets everybody and she greets Angel, and Angel's like, hi, my fellow wag. And Monique is like, oh, hey. Monique is like, that ain't my life anymore. I'm no longer a wag. So if that is how you're going to try to bond with me, you're going to have to find something else. It did not register with her at all. Monique, she divorced that giant and she said, oh, I'm out of that lifestyle. That is not me. I don't think that wag was her ever, right? I think that was a persona that she put on for her husband and his profession. But now I think that Monique is just her. And I feel like Monique is this like neo soul, real earthy, real Philadelphia Adune Day Festival type black chick. That's what I think we're going to see. And I'm telling you, it's so crazy because it's just night and day. It's just night and day for what we know to what we are going to see. Like, we're not going to see her in the middle part bust downs anymore. She won't be giving us the lashes and all of that stuff and the gowns. She's probably going to give us like some MC Hammer pants, maybe a tube top with a head wrap, some hoops, you know what I mean? And just a bunch of oils. A bunch of oils that you can get from the Muslims at 61st on 61st Street in Philly. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if y'all, Black Americans, you know what I'm talking about. You know who this is. And it's such a gag because it's just like, it's not the woman that we met. So I will say, I'm interested in seeing like who she is. Because I think this is her. I don't think we met her when we met her on the show. We met her representative for the WAG life that she was in. But I think that is done. That is buried. And she has moved on. That is not her anymore. And everything associated to that, she does not recognize. She is a new creature. Hallelujah. Nice to meet you, Monique. But she's back with no background. Do y'all know why? Did we ever find out why she don't have a background? It's so jarring. Like, she needs a background. It's so weird. She does mention that the reason why she assaulted Candace was because of childhood trauma. Okay. If that's what you say, girl, I think it was issues in her marriage. Women, it is okay if for some reason women take so much shame in a failed relationship with a man. Like, they will never admit it. They won't talk about that time in their life. It's just like, oh girl, well, no, it was traumatic. Like, I no shade, but like 9 times out of 10, being with a man is a humiliation ritual, and we all know that. That's why everybody's like, I don't tell my business, because it's like humiliating. We got to be honest, right? And I think the humiliation is the fact that we know, our bodies know, our minds know, as women, that we are existing in an inferior position that we are not supposed to be in. It's just like the world is the universe is telling us, the Milky Way is telling us, we are living in the upside down. Like, this is not how women are supposed to exist on this earth, but we've accepted this role, and we're just going to be in a state of misery until we all collectively wake up and be like, absolutely not. I don't know if that's going to happen, child. Anyway, I think that it's easier for her to say, well, it was childhood trauma, and then to say, my relationship was stressing me out. I was not happy. I did not want to do that. And I made myself do that because I thought that it was right. My family thought that it was a good decision because he was rich, because he had, this prominence. And that's what happens with a lot of women, right? Like, the families, excuse me, especially when it's you're dealing with a rich partner, the families push you to be in relationships with these men. Kamora Lee, she is a great example. She was a child, and Russell Simmons was approaching her, and she was interested in somebody else that she was dating in her school. And she was just like, this is who I want to be with. I don't want to be with that old man. And her mom was just like, do you want to be with the guy that's going nowhere, or do you want to be with the rich man that's going everywhere? She chose that. I'm telling you, I feel like if she can go back, just my opinion, she would have chose the man that was going nowhere, because at least she would have been happy. My God, today. But a lot of times young women are pushed into these marriages and relationships with men because not only does it benefit them, it benefits their family. It happens a lot with athletes. I've told you guys about how, like, my cousin who's an athlete, we go to like his events, and there are like parents with their children, their daughters, lined up waiting for their daughters to meet one of these athletes that are going pro. It's the scariest thing to see. Mothers and fathers prancing their daughters around these young men in hopes that they will pick their child because they know that if they pick her, she gets pregnant, they get married, then they know that they're going to be financially well off because of that young man's abilities. It's crazy, but it happens all the time. So I feel like, yes, it could be childhood trauma as well, but I feel like we all know from watching the show that there was obviously something happening in your marriage because you were angry that entire season. Like everything was setting you off to the point where we were all watching, like, girl, what's going on? Something has to be going on at home. But listen, the marriage is over. She's moved on. She is happy. This is the new Monique. And honestly, I wasn't excited to see her before. After watching this episode, I'm just like, you know what? For me, I don't think I ever met Monique. So let me give this one a shot. Let me give who she really is a shot. And then I will make my full decision on what I think of her being a part of this cast because I feel like this is who she really is. And I don't think we ever really met her. So I'm going to give Monique a shot. Give Monique a shot. I do think that this Monique is not going to please the fan base that came here because of her and are watching the show because she's back. If y'all think that this Monique is going to split another black woman's wig, you're going to be sorely disappointed because I also think that contract is ironclad. I think she got a no assault clause. She has to. I don't think Giselle would have been on the season with her had she not had that in the contract. And rightfully so. I would do it. I would demand it as a cast member. Since I know what she's capable of, if you want me to film with her, make sure there's security and make sure she knows that that stunt that she pulled the last season she was on is not going to work here. I would absolutely ask for the network to do that. But anyway, excited. Monique was on this episode and I wasn't disappointed. So, amen. Yikes. Oh, child, the way I had to stop myself from lying. She does no wrong for me. Like rarely do I have a critique of Stacey, but Stacey, I have to say this. I think it is rather weird. I think it is rather weird that when Wendy approached you last season and asked you about your cannabis business, you said that you did not have one. Everybody would, even Ashley, she was been running the story that you were opening a cannabis company and you said no, right? Then, like a month or so later, you say, oh, I was approached by so and they want to do a cannabis line with me. Okay, that can happen, right? Especially when you start to get a bit of visibility. Brands and companies, they chase after people with some kind of visibility and make that person a business partner in the face of their company. Like they already have a company, but the company probably isn't doing so well. And they're just like, if we get a celebrity on there, maybe it will help us get some traction. That's what happened with Jessica Simpson, right? Jessica Simpson's line was already an established line in Italy. They were doing okay, but they weren't doing great. And at the height of her career, they approached her and was just like, let's be partners. You'll get a certain percentage of the company and you will be the face of the company. Although the company was already established, they changed your name over to Jessica Simpson and here we are. So that happens all the time. And especially when you get on these shows and you get you sign with a big time agency, they start making all these deals for you and these things happen. So I do believe her story. I do think that maybe she wasn't ready to talk about it because maybe stuff wasn't finalized. I don't know. But okay, so you're doing a cannabis company. I don't think that she can't do a cannabis company because Wendy is doing a cannabis company. Wendy don't own the weed market. Anybody can be a trap queen. So I think that's absolutely fine. It doesn't help, right, Stacey, that now you name your company, you give it a Nigerian name. It's getting a little weird, right? It's getting a little weird. Now you're doing a cannabis company after denying it. You admit that now you're doing it. Now the company's name is Shiloh, which is a Nigerian. name. Weird, right? What makes it weirder is that you give this weird story. And it's like, okay. So Stacey and Wendy sit down together to just catch up, right? By the way, I love the Stacey and Wendy dynamic. They are fun. I like, even when they get a little tiff, I enjoy it because while they're sitting down, Stacey starts talking to Wendy about her cannabis company and lets her know that the company's name is Shiloh. And Wendy's just like, Stacey, we're about to take a turn. We're about to take a turn because what do you mean? This is not only you're doing a cannabis, you're starting a cannabis line, but also it has a Nigerian name. Why would you do that? It's just, and here's the thing, it's not like she can't do it, but if there was already an issue there, why add more questions to it, right? Why allow your character to come into question even more? So when Wendy asked her, why did she name her company? Why did she give her company a Nigerian name? Stacey goes, well, I did it. My family and I took a test, and we found out that no, she tells this to us in her confessional, and we found out that we were part Nigerian. Whoop-de-doo! Whoop-de-doo! Hello! Every freaking Black American, every freaking African American in the United States, every Jamaican, every Black in the Caribbean, every Black in Brazil, we're Nigerian. It is what it is. We were stolen from the same place and just pushed out to different Panamanian, Black Panamanians, Dominicanos. You're gonna find Nigerian DNA all around there. It's a lot of them. It's still a lot of them damn people. So they were able to take, and they were still able to replenish. So we're all freaking Nigerian. You're not special, and this ain't news, right? And so she says, we all find out that we're Nigerian. And so to celebrate our culture, I love Stacey. To celebrate that, my family and I wanted to name my business Shiloh, which is Yoruba. Girl! Girl, bye. Stacey, stop. It don't make no sense. So when Wendy asked her why she did it, she just, wait, I have to get her exact words. I have to get her exact words. What did she say? No, I think she said, Wendy was like, well, why would you use a Nigerian name? Stacey goes, well, Wendy, I have an affinity for Nigerians. And points to Wendy. Wendy looks at us. She looks at the camera. She goes, I love them too. That was such a comedic moment. Even though I didn't agree with Stacey, even though I felt like, that whole explanation was just bogus, it's just the comedy of it all. I can take the shade. I can take the lies. I can take the wonky explanations and stories. If you give it to me, lace it comedy. And this is what this entire scene was. When he looked at the camera, I lost it. I have an affinity for Nigerians. Oh, I love that lady. They can never. I do. Andy, I put her in the 10-year contract right now. Right now. I don't want her going nowhere. That is my girl. You can't shake her. She is like the core of comedy in this group. And I enjoy watching her scenes. But her and Wendy were able to get over it. Wendy was just like, you know what? This is weird, but I like Stacey, and I'm not going to throw our friendship away because of this. And honestly, they're still cool today because we'll talk about BravoCon tomorrow. But I was watching like some clips from BravoCon, and the way they both had each other's back, my God, today. And this is like not on the show. You don't have to like play favorites, right? You don't have to act like y'all friends. This is just y'all doing press Y'all could be your real selves. It's when y'all start filming where y'all can fake those friendships. But Wendy and Stacey were like this. So they're real deal friends. And even when the news broke of Wendy being arrested, Stacey was in her comments telling her that she loved her. And Wendy was just like, I love you too, sister. Thank you so much for being a true friend. So they're the real deal. They are the real deal. I hate to say it, but no, I don't hate to say it. I'm tired of this. Get Baby Bop. Hello. My computer doesn't even want to do it. Yep, you don't want to do it. Me either. Get Baby Bop and them demonic veneers off of my show. I don't like it. She makes me so uncomfortable. I do not. She is just nasty. It is like no redemption. I have tried with this lady. She is nasty. And I am talking about from the show and every clip that I have seen of her from BravoCon. Nasty. The rumors about her being a mean girl, oh, I gotta believe it at this point. I gotta believe it. You on your off time. You're nastier on your off time than you are on the show. Oh my God. To the dark skinned wags, please share your story. I know she gave y'all hell. Share. This is your moment. Share your story. Because I know there got to be about 5 or 6 dark-skinned wags that got nightmares about, they got nightmare stories about this lady. I just know it's something so familiar about this kind of Black woman that only if you have this skin, if your melanin is this deep, that only you can recognize. My God, today, she is a piece of work. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When we talked about colorism on that season of Potomac, I always said it's the optics, right? Except for Robin, I could never quite call colorism with, you know what? I'm going to just say Giselle. I won't say that there were some things, the things that she was doing wasn't colorist, right? There are a few things that I could really call out, right? Because it was just the fact that the treatment wasn't equal, right? But I always said, even if what they think that they are doing is not colorist, is the optics of it. We have one light-skinned Black woman, one biracial woman, and one white woman on the show. Hello, Robin. We saw you do the 23andMe. You're a white woman. One white woman being so dogmatic about this Black woman who happens to be dark skinned. And I was just like, guys, y'all may not like her, and I get it. You got to turn your thinking caps on, because you three constantly having an issue with her and never being able to articulate what the issue is, even if it isn't colorism, the optics of it appears to be colorist. How can you not see this, right? Now, on that season, I'm gonna give at least a part of their actions to optics. There ain't no optics with this lady. There ain't no optics with this lady. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, you can say, oh, she don't like Wendy because of Kierna. That could be true. But the way she is going after Wendy, there's no other explanation. There is no other explanation. And again, to the dark-skinned wags that were wags with this lady, this is your moment. Maybe people didn't believe you before, but the proof we got now, this is your moment. Hop on TikTok Live and let's get it on and popping. Anyway, so Angel sits down with her sister. Mean as hell too. Both of them. I was like, oh, it's just meanness in the family. It's like that. She sits down with her sister. Her sister's like, hello. And I was like, hey, sissy. Oh my goodness. I went on the trip with the ladies. And as soon as I got there, the first thing that happened was Giselle said, girl, you don't look like your pictures. And the sister goes, Giselle said that? She's like, yeah, that's what Giselle said, sissy. And then Wendy with them she was going to say baboon lips, y'all. She said butt lips. She was going to say baboon lips, but she course corrected and changed it to a-hole or butt lips or whatever. But she was going to say baboon lips. That's why she stuttered. That is why she stuttered. She was going to say baboon. The nerve. She was going to say baboon. And then she said, Wendy with them a-hole lips and them Forrest Whitaker eyes just sitting over there laughing. What the hell? Why even target Wendy? Like, it was just so weird. Giselle was the one who said it. Your sister wasn't even there, but she was the one who dragged Giselle, not you. And the reason why you didn't drag Giselle is because you still want to be in her favor. You don't see any way of advancements with Wendy, and you don't want it. That is who you think is somebody whose good graces you want to be in, not Wendy. You have completely X'd her out for reasons we know. So the reason why you go easy on Giselle, even though she is the one that continues to cause you harm, is because you still want to be in her good graces. Because in your mind, somebody like that is somebody you will put on a pedestal. Because not only is she light, she is a light woman that comes from, um, blackness that our community would put on a pedestal. And she also has a fair skinned beauty that you desire because you're light, but you still look like a nigga, right? So that's what holds you back. That's why you airbrush yourself the way you airbrush yourself. But Giselle is how you want to look. That is the black that you wish that you could be. Oh, not Wendy. So you can treat her like that because in your world, in your mind, in your understanding, that's somebody that's not worthy of any kind of respect or humanity. But this one is. So you will treat her a certain way even when she is pissing on you. Oh, you'll accept that piss. You'll open your mouth wide and you'll drink whatever disgusting crap she throws at you because that is who you desire to be and that is whose graces you decide to be in. But not that one. Not that black dark bee with the baboon lips because you caught yourself. You caught yourself. And I say, here's the thing, right? Because ain't nobody ever gonna tell me what it is and what it ain't. I've been dark my whole life. You're not gonna tell me nothing about this, right? But I felt it. We all felt it, right? And remember, we were talking about it, but I was like, no, guys, let's not do that. We don't know, but we felt it immediately when she came on this show. Everybody was trying to like tiptoe around it, but we felt it. And we didn't want to get into it. But now, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. And unfortunately for this lady, she is in a group of women where her being a wag doesn't matter. She is in a group of women where although she is light, she ain't the baddest light bee in the group. She the bottom of the barrel for the lights, right? You can't, you're not, there are two bad lights in front of you. So ain't nobody checking for you. And then when we get past them bad lights, we go to the dark skinned chicks. So she can't operate in this group because she is not at the forefront of it. She is realizing that she's the least of, and she's not used to that. Whatever group she's been in, she's always been able to lead for whatever reason, right? And then she gets in this group and she just cannot obtain that power spot. And it is affecting her in so many ways, where she is getting so sloppy that on camera she almost said that a cast member had that boom lips. Get Baby Bop off my show. We are going through too much. Sadness and madness have got to go. Listen, I would even say this. You can keep madness. Drop her down to friend of. That's where she thrives. Her holding a full-time brick don't work. Drop her down to friend of. This one is very toxic. The energy is very, very dark. I don't know what's going on in her life, but it's something is not right. Something is not right. And that fake mess with that marriage and all that stuff. And oh, maybe we can put down 2 or 3 mil. I'm gonna tell you right now, we have all watched these shows long enough to know when you start faking that you are uber rich, because you was at BravoCon, having a blast, enjoying the fact that Wendy got arrested. We have all seen it. We have all seen it. Do not celebrate another housewife's demise, because you will be next up. And you sitting over there on TV talking about you and your husband trying to wanting to buy another property, 2 or 3 million. He's like, oh, we can make it happen. Them Bravo feds gonna be like, how the hell you gonna make it happen? Ain't you one the damn bitch? Bitch. I said bitch, y'all. I caught myself. I was like, did I say bitch? They're gonna look at them tax returns. And I feel so bad because I was just like, and again, I think it's just because she reminded me of Kiara Sheard. I thought that this was going to be the innocent Christian girl. I had no idea she was going to be a white supremacist dream. And here, Black community, let me pull you in. This is why we have so many problems, right? Because we put anything associated, please let me take myself out of it. Because not all Black people, but enough that it's a problem, puts whiteness on a pedestal. And because there are so many people, I'm going to say the greatest offenders in our community are Black men and Black aunties who push colorism, right? Which is just basically racism within your same community. And we other dark skinned people because, and it doesn't happen just with Black Americans. This happens to every indigenous culture of people, right? It is you have half of you fighting to be the oppressor's pet, and then the rest of you fighting to be your ancestors' dream. So we are not exclusive to this. It happens to every community, right? But what happens is, because those people are not checked, because we laugh at all and we say it's preference, and we say, oh, they grew up in a different time, we give excuses for them pushing hatred and pushing their self-hatred onto others in our community, and they normally start with our children. We have got to cut it off at the root. It is unhealthy. It poisons our community, and it is creating such a divide. I hate that I have to put on the whole armor of God when I see a Black person who's light, because I don't know which kind of light-skinned Black person this is. Ain't that crazy? It should be, hey fam, hey, like it should never be like, oh, which one of them is it? That's insane. You're better than me because you're in the kitchen. That's how we're deciding who's a better Black person because one of us got raped more. That's what we're doing. We have got to do better about that. Also, because we have so many light-skinned women who look like Gollum in a lace front, thinking they could clear an Alandria, thinking they could clear a Nikki. Mental illness. She thinks she's the baddest in the group because she's light. She thinks she clears Wendy. I'm telling you right now. She thinks she can clear a Wendy. I've experienced it. My angel, she looks like Smokey Robinson after he had been dead for like 400 years and then dumped in Vaseline. It's a weird, if you can picture it, with like a mullet Jerry curl. And the way that girl thought that she could clear me. I'm not even that type of person, but I was like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, but this is what we're dealing with. This is what the baddest Black chick got a Gollum in a lace front calling her ugly. Because in her mind, if you have melanin, you are considered hideous. That's why you got all them damn Jamaicans walking around looking embalmed. They think they look good. They think they look good. They are literally putting acid on their skin, described as lotion, to be lighter. And they all look like White Walkers. But we're not saying nothing. The Black community don't check this ridiculousness. We don't call that mess out. We just let these people exist and be like, oh, that's their preference. Oh, if that's how she wants to look. She looks embalmed. When are we going to have an intervention? Girl, put down the bleach. You look crazy. Like, when are we going to have that conversation? We got to stop letting this stuff slide because what's going to happen is you'll end up with an angel. Because I know she's been in her spaces. Everybody would probably hear the things she said and be like, oh, that's just Angel, The Black guys just told her that, so that's why she feel that way, or her parents are Creole. We all keep on making excuses for this hate. That's what it's hate. We keep on making excuses for it. And because this lady's behavior has never been checked, now she's on the world stage getting checked. Ay, 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 ay. Hope to not see you next season. This is such a disappointing casting. Such a disappointing casting. Just mean. But you know what? Who was going to check her? Because from her sister, I feel like it's the whole damn family mean. Oh my God. Oh my God. You got your sister on there telling people that she's a business owner? Woo! Delusional. I feel so sorry for people who do not have people in their lives that really love them and will tell them the truth. I feel so sorry for people like that when y'all have nobody who will hold you accountable. Because you grow up into this adult that is just a mess. And you don't know. She probably doesn't even know. Because listen, I was watching her at BravoCon and I was like, oh my God, she still thinks she's right. That interview when she was talking about Wendy and talk about how she don't want to see Wendy back next season. Who the hell is you? Who the hell are you? don't want to see her back next season. Then Kiana was just like, well, no, I do. I want to see her back because I want to get her. And then Angel goes, oh, yeah, yeah, let's see her back so we can get her. Y'all are crazy. Like, how did you get meaner? How did you get meaner? Like, how did you watch yourself on that season and not go, oh, I was doing too much? What in the hell is going on? How did you not watch yourself and be like, oh, I could have said that differently? You watched yourself on TV and got meaner. Let's do better, Black America. Let's do better. Tia. Listen, I heard that, I heard that she's not having a great season and that she's kind of beefing with some people. I saw her at BravoCon. It seemed like she wasn't the friendliest with some people. So I'm like a little, Tia, fix it, please. Tia, fix it. Come on, you're doing so good. I'm telling you right now, Tia, you have been, so far for me, aside from Idris and Daniel, is it Kahlua? Forgive me, y'all. Those two, and Moni Love, you are like the Slick Rick too. You are like the next best Black British representation I have ever seen. Like, I'm telling you, I needed Tia. I needed Tia because what I have been seeing on the internet, listen, and I know it's not an accurate description, but it's enough for me to be like, ugh, what the hell is going over across the pond, right? I needed Tia. I feel like we all needed Tia, especially with the diaspora wars. Like, we needed a Tia. Sister, please, whatever you're having, please, let's fix it. This is bigger than you. This is bigger than you. Don't know what you are representing. This is bigger than you. You don't know what your family is representing. This is bigger than you. Whatever issues you have, sister, fix it before that reunion, please. You are having such a dynamic introduction to this American audience. Please fix it, Tia. I was watching their panel and I'm like, oh, Tia, are we beefing? Come on, TT, what's happening? Oh, Tia, please, I need you to fix this. We were doing so well, TT, fix it. Anyway, I love her and I love that family. I every time, I'm telling you, every time we get, and Auntie, I want more scenes next season. She has to come back. I don't want sadness coming back. But this one, I need to see her. When she comes back next season, we need more scenes with her and her family. It's just, they're such a beautiful icebreaker. I just enjoy it. Just like seeing like these like Nigerian royals just talking, because Tia was talking to her mom, gorgeous, talking to her mom, and then we got Tia's American daughter. And she's like, you sent her a gift. You don't be sending me nothing. I'm like, oh my God, why are we speaking in slang to royalty? But I just think it's such a hilarious dynamic. I love watching them. I love Tia's kids. They are like so comfortable with the camera. I wouldn't hate it if she got a spinoff. I just enjoy their scenes, and especially when Tia was just like, I cannot leave my family because I leave my family to go on a trip. My husband is supposed to be here watching the kids, supervising my daughter's birthday party. She finds out from her daughter that somebody who she disinvited from her birthday party put their address like on the internet, and everybody who was not supposed to be there showed up to the party. And the daughter was just like, it got so crazy that I had to call the cops. And she's like, I called them 5 times until they showed up. And Tia was like, you call the cops? And she's like, yeah, I had to call them 5 times. And she looked at her husband and she's like, what were you doing? And he was like, Daddy was having a good time at the party. He was not thinking about supervising no kids. And he was like, well, I threw them out. I threw everybody out eventually. And the daughter was just like, yeah, I had to make you throw them out. And T was just like, this is why I can't leave and do anything. Because as soon as I leave, my family falls apart. But it was such a fun scene. This was good casting. This was good. Tia, fix it. Whatever it's bigger than you. Fix it. Please. Where is Madness? There she is. A beautiful nut. A beautiful nut. Listen, say whatever you want about her. That face card, whoo! The mind, ay. What the hell is going on there? But her and her mother, clearing the girls. Clearing a beautiful nut. Anyway, speaking of a beautiful nut, Kiana absolutely is a millennial, right? She looks like a millennial. But a lot of times she doesn't look her age. Not that far off, but you know what I mean? Like she gets very young. That very, very like young, dipping into it girl. She gives real like fly girl from the early 2000s, right? When I saw her in this animal print, deep V-neck capri onesie, I was like, every now and again, that geriatric millennial jumps out. I said, ooh, there's the auntie. Kiana, don't you ever in your life wear that again. I don't want you to donate it. I set it ablaze. It's probably all made of plastic and you probably got it from Fashion Nova. Set that ablaze. I looked at that and I said, is it capris? I have never in my life seen a capri onesie. A capri animal print onesie with a deep V-neck and ruffles. Absolutely knew it was Fashion Nova. Absolutely. Burn that, sis. Burn that. I will say her and Norbit, what is his name? They seem to be doing better. And that's why I feel like Kiana was, I could stomach Kiana this episode because I feel like when her and Norbit are doing good, she's good. But when her and Norbit are having a little rough patch, whoa to the rest of the cast, especially Wendy, because she's coming. She's coming. But her and Norbit seem to be doing good. So she was not as annoying as she has been. So good for you, Kiana. I still want Auntie to take your brick. This feels for me even worse when Marlo got her peach. Remember, and I was one of the people who said Marlo should give Marlo a peach. Give Marlo a peach. I think I said the same thing. Give Kiana a brick. Give Kiana a brick. I got to go back to the drawing board. I might need to do a fast. I might need to turn down my plate for 40 days and 40 nights because my casting choices have been off and I got to get to the core. I got to get in my secret place. I got to lay prostrate at the altar because I have been off with my castings. I am ashamed. Please take her brick and drop her down to friend of. She flourishes there. Main brick holder, it does not work. Don't listen to me right now with the castings. I'm off, Andy. I'm off. Don't listen to me right now. Thank you for Tia. Thank you for Stacey. Great job. Sadness and Madness. They gotta go. They gotta go. Anyway, Jazzy is married. Where's Jazzy? There she is. Congrats. Gorgeous girl. Her man look alike. Her man look alike. I will say this. When two dark-skinned people with very similar features, when they come together, and if this is what you want to do, Jazzy, when they come together and create life, them kids are going to be models. Is the daddy tall? Because I'm looking at the noses and the bone structure. Them kids going to eat. If that's what y'all choose to do, them kids going to eat. I just know one thing. If and when y'all choose to produce, I know that 2 companies right now that's going to snatch them kids up. Gap and Rhop and kids. I already see it. I was like, oh, that's good. It's a good little matchup. I will say this. If she likes it, I hate it. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like I said before, oftentimes, being with a man, a straight man as a woman, is a humiliation ritual. It's, unfortunately, men are not raised to be good to women. Men are not raised to treat women like humans. Men treat women like white people treat black people. I'm sorry, not white people. Men treat women like non-black people treat black people, right? Men treat women how light-skinned black people treat dark-skinned black people. Men treat women how the world treats kids. Men treat women like how the evangelical community treats gay people, right? They are not raised to treat us humanely, ever. And if you find one that does, unfortunately, it's kind of rare, right? I hope and pray that this is a healthy, successful relationship for her. I will say what you told us about the relationship in the beginning, Jazzy. Yikes! Not the best, right? Not the best. This is why you got to lie in them castings. I'm going to tell you right now, if y'all ever see me on a reality TV show and I'm not the executive producer, I'm broke and I'm going to be lying. I need that money bad. If I'm doing reality TV, I need that money bad. I'm broke. I'm broke. 2 things you will know. You like two. There's 2 descriptions about me that you will know that I'm broke. 1, I'm doing reality TV and I am not the executive producer. If I'm on there in a confessional, reading a hope for filth, breaking a glass off at a table, talking about don't you dare talk about my king. I am broke. I need that money. The sheriff is at my door. Chase Bank is waiting to liquidate my furniture. I'm broke, right? Or if you see me boot up with a white man, oh my God. If you see me boot up, especially a European, I'm broke, girl. It's bad for me. It's bad for me. Like, it's so bad. Before I got with that white man, I was selling plasma. That's how bad it was. I was selling plasma. I was 2 seconds from selling butt, but I found this white guy that was really ready to take care of me. That's how you know I'm broke, right? But if you ever see me on reality TV and I am not the EP, I'm broke. But know this, I'm lying my face off. Baby, I'm lying about everything. Because they don't do no research. They checks nothing, right? That's why everybody on reality TV, certified nut jobs. They don't check them people. They don't. They say they do it. Please. They don't check them people. So I'm lying. I am lying. The only thing I won't lie about is like a prison sentence, because I know y'all can look that up. Everything else, I am lying. Because why in the hell would I tell the devil my truth? This show, reality TV, is a humiliation ritual. You are being exploited. I always said this. You are clowns at a circus. That's it. They don't care nothing about your mental health. Remember the good old days of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Where Taylor, where they kept on filming after her baby daddy killed himself. I was like, oh, we got to put the cameras down. They did not care. We were all up in that lady's living room and she was crying, Russell committed suicide. And he took everything. We have no money. And they got the camera in that girl's face. They do not care. I don't know why she didn't lie. Even if somebody was like, oh, I heard a rumor. I was like, oh, I did not hear that. I did not hear that. When I met him, his son was 4. Ain't the baby 2? I said what I said. Why? Why would you tell your real business? And now you done told us that. I'm sitting here looking at your wedding like, oh my God, please don't lie to her about any more children. Like, you shouldn't have told us that. Even if it was going to come up, I would have lied. I would have lied. And please, guys, don't be praying that I get broke and everything so y'all can see me lying on reality TV. I would be up there lying. I'll be like, oh, my grandmother is Korean. I'm 9% native. I grew up on the res. Girl, girl, lying. Lying. I met my husband in Dubai. I was selling timeshares. Who gonna check? Who gonna look it up? This is my 7th business. I started 2 cruise lines in the Ivory Coast. I took 3 years off to go visit my family in Liberia. Who's going to check? Lie. I say it all the time. When I used to be in casting, the people would be telling us their deep, dark secrets. I would be like, you idiot. You idiot. I remember I did an audition for a show years ago. My brain wasn't fully developed. And I told that lady about a beef that I had with a former friend. And she wanted everything. She wanted all this information from me. And then she was just like, when you see her, what are you going to do? Are you going to harm her? Tell me what you're going to do to her. And I was like, what the hell is this? What is going on? But that's reality TV. They ask you your deepest and darkest secrets so they can exploit it on the show. I would just lie about stuff you can't research. Who gonna check me? But anyway, since I said all that to say, you should have lied, but you didn't. It's fine. From here on out, lie about your marriage on the show. Who's going to do the research? And you can just deny it. Congrats. I pray that man don't embarrass you no more. But yeah, he's a man. You look beautiful though. You both look gorgeous. Y'all a fine couple. I'm gonna give y'all that. Keep the ancestors first. May they guide you to peace and loyalty. Have fun. Yikes. Anyway, so then this episode ends with Ashley doing her king, right? Drag king. Yeah, she's doing her drag king performance. She really loves this character. This character just keeps on popping out. This womanizer. And is this character Caucasian? Anyway, so at this Pride event for Ashley's drag king performance, all the ladies are showing up. Monique shows up. Here's the thing. Where is she at? Giselle. No shade. I thought that it was so weird that your hairstylist, when he saw Monique, he was so excited. You ain't think that was weird? He was like, ah! Picked her up, spins her around. They was jumping around like 2 teenagers. I was like, what was that? That was so weird to me. It was like, Monique! You ain't think that was weird? Girl, I thought that was weird. And then Giselle is sitting there stuck looking at her while her stylist is swinging her in the air. Anyway, Monique comes. She's meeting everybody. Wendy Why did you say that stuff about T'Challa? Wendy, there's no way you didn't know that T'Challa was dead. Like, we all knew that. Wendy, as soon as she sees Monique, she's just like, oh my God, how's the bird that tried to kill me? And they were like, T'Challa? She was like, yes, he tried to kill me. And Ashley was like, T'Challa's dead. And Wendy goes, well, at least we're even. Girl, what? Listen, I can understand that her and Monique didn't like really hang out like that, and it was very brief. But everybody knew how she felt about that bird. I could not believe Wendy said that. And I was looking at Monique like, how was Monique going to take this? But she took it in stride or whatever. But, her initial meeting with everybody was really, really fun. They all were laughing and having a good time. Monique seemed to be really cool. And then here comes Kiana. I'm going to say this, right? This was absolutely forced on Kiana by production because it didn't make any sense, right? And it just proved to me that she needs to be a friend of, because she was trying to be messy. It just didn't land. And I was just like, of course, Ashley couldn't say this because she is the friend of, right? The friend that's bringing Monique to the show. Giselle couldn't say it because her and Monique have prior beef. And I think the show wants them to actually have a sit down before they get into the discussion of everything. So I don't know why they gave it to Kiana. Maybe they couldn't give it to Wendy because she is still really close with Candace. Stacey, I guess, is not messy. Angel, who knows? Hello, my fellow wag. Ew! Ew, that is your status? A wife of an athlete? What we glorify is so weird. That's like your claim to fame? Anyway, they gave it to Kiana. Kiana was the one to do it. And Kiana goes, oh, Stacey, I thought that don't you and Monique know each other? And Stacey's like, oh, Stacey is such a white woman. I don't, we've not. And Monique and Karen was like, oh, I thought y'all knew each other. I thought you said that they knew each other. And I think it was Ashley was just like, no, they don't know each other. The Samuels that you were talking about was Chris Samuels. That's who Stacey when I went. Okay, when I went, Karen's like, oh, so that's how y'all know each other. And Monique is like, because Monique closed that chapter. I don't think it's going to be a big deal for her when we come back to the next episode. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I do not think that she cares. But Stacey was just like, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what she's doing. But I don't think it's going to be a problem. I don't think that Monique is going to be upset about that Stacey went on a date with Chris when they were divorced. I don't think she's going to care. But for some reason, this was given to Kiana to land a messy moment, and it did not land. It was so sloppy, did not land, poorly executed. You are better as a friend of. And that's actually not a bad position. Like a friend of is not like a downgrade, in my opinion. Because you know who's a friend of? Adriana. And she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I hate to say it, although she got on my nerves last season, she is the best thing that's happened to the Real Housewives of Miami. And she doesn't have to tell all her business. But she's getting a nice check. I know she's getting paid more than Kiki. She's getting a nice check. Don't have to tell all of her business and is a friend of. You would never know that she was a friend of the way she continues to work, especially working at BravoCon. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, the way she took over that stage. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but she's a friend of. So it's not a read when I'm saying that Kiana shouldn't hold a brick full time. I just think she doesn't know what to do when she has a bigger platform or a larger storyline. I don't think that it works for her. And I think her image is better controlled when she's a friend of, because when you're up close and personal with us, and then we can see all layers of you, it's unbecoming. I think we need to see minimal of you, and you'll still have an impact, but you need to be friend of. You need to be a friend of, and madness and sadness needs to go. That is all my thoughts. What do you guys have to say? I'm gonna give them one more episode. If nobody checks sadness, I'm out. I'm out. Because here's the thing, she could be miserable, right? They need to check that. And I don't want y'all chasing after her, trying to invite her to stuff. This is the only time in Housewives history where I'm like, you can ice this person out. You don't have to film with them. Please do not feel like you have to invite Angel to anything. I am good with her not being invited. God, she's still nasty. She's meaner. Oh, Lord. What a sad way to exist on this earth. OMG. Let me get some older comments. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to scroll to the top. Like I do every time, I'm gonna get some older comments and then I'm gonna get some current ones and then we can move on. Hey, Sassy. Sassy Sag. Oh, it's our season. It's coming out. It's coming out. What are we doing for Sag season, y'all? Shout out to everybody. I had fun. Hey, Eva Empathy. Eva Empathy said, hey, Nikki. Hey, Sir Pam. Happy Monday. Oh, my God. It's Monday. Wow. Yes, it is. You know why I didn't know that it was Monday? Because I have been laid up. I have been laid up in my home all weekend. Oh, I love the rain. Shar said, happy Monday, Sir Pam. So much to talk about this episode. Yes, 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 yes. Altavina, what's up? Altavina said, hey, Nikki, you were so right about Angel. And I hate that I was. She misled me. How the hell you gonna look like Kiki Sheard and be evil? Oh my gosh. Crazy. I need her to sign a 10-year contract. I don't want Stacey gone. You know what? Here's the reason why that was on my spirit. Because I was looking up Negro spirituals, right? Like songs where we Black American ancestral songs where we are basically conjuring, right? Where we are using our voice to call forth power. And I've been looking up those kind of songs and just going back to the roots and going back to old school just to get me like, I need some power. I need some power to get me through this. And so I've just been really going back to like old songs, like old Negro spirituals and just old gospel, because there was so much power in that. Like, I hate the fact that I'm existing in a time where my people are so powerless because we had so much power. That's the reason why that song was just in my spirit, because I've been singing all of like our old songs for power. There's one song with Shirley Caesar that I have just, where is it? That's like my song that wakes me up. Where is it? I want to listen to this song when Tear Your Kingdom Down by Shirley Caesar. Woo! Get into it, people. Get into it. It is time to go back to our roots, because that's where the power is. Listen, and I love us, E for Empathy. I love how sweet and how innocent and how pure and how honest we are, because we all felt it. We ain't want to say it because we did not want it to be it. We wanted her to be better than that. None of us wanted that. We all felt it, though. We collectively felt that and went, oh, interesting. But we never wanted to give a voice to it. Ugh. If you want to talk about colorism, there it is. There it is. I love that family. I love that family. NC said, I peeped the colorism too, especially what Angel said. I said, Forrest Whitaker? There was nothing about her eyes that looked like Forrest Whitaker. Also, who the hell are you to use Forrest Whitaker as an insult? The Forrest Whitaker, delusional. I'm telling you, them colorless blacks are gone. The Forrest Whitaker is an insult. They are gone. Hey, give me shelter. Give me shelter. Said I've only watched the clips and reviews, and you all are unhappy with Angel. Very unhappy. Very. Ooh, I gotta try that. They have a bunch of them in my local Ralph's. I gotta go look at that. Thank you so much for giving me that suggestion. Shara says, can I say I'm not a huge fan of Monique, but she looks bright and peaceful. Peaceful. I think this is because she's able to be herself. I think this is Monique. This is Monique. Sorry, not every time. I'll just say in my experience, growing up in church, you saw very young women start to change into this person, right? And it was this person that they thought that God wanted them to be for marriage. And it like they aged themselves, they dulled themselves down. And then, like a year into the divorce, she becomes this loud, fun, bright person. And it's honestly who she was before. She like kind of reverts back to that person before she, started to bend and break herself for marriage. She reverts back to that person, but she's that person older and wiser and more power. It is such a like amazing thing to see, but it's so like, wow, that was never you. You were never yourself in that marriage. And some women are in these marriages for so long. That's why a lot of people who come from two-parent households where their parents have been married for a very long time, let that father die, you are going to see a different person in your mom. You are like not going to recognize it. Happens all the time. You're just like, who is this person? It's who she's always been. But she forced herself and broke herself to be in this box of wife and mom. And now that you're older and now that she is released from the shackles of marriage, this is who she always like. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes. It happens all the time. I remember seeing that in church. And it was so crazy. The craziest part was how many people came out. Oh, how many? Like everybody came out as gay in their 30s. It was crazy to see. Like everybody got married at like 25, divorced by 31, and gay. And they're all fun and happy. There's one like person that was like real strict at my old church. Real strict. And now that they're like divorced and like out and proud and who they are, we get along so great now. We did not like each other in church. Now that they're queer, now that they are their queer selves, we have such a great time. I love it. I dropped all my good ice. But my cup is still intact. Shout out to World Market. Shout out to World Market. Dear Show said, I thought this was the best episode. Yes, yet let's see how it goes. I think the episodes have been really good. It's just the angel of it all. I don't like them focusing on her. She's not a bright spot on this show. Me too. Very cautiously optimistic. Hey, Cormit, Kami, Sansi. Said, as a Black American, I'm always slightly embarrassed to say that I don't like ginger ale, pineapples, or coconut. I also don't know how to play spades. Oh, that's very common. I don't know how to play spades. And it's not your fault. Black Americans are mean when it comes to spades, especially the uncles. They're not nice. They are not welcoming. So nobody's going to learn. I do not want to learn how to play spades and I have to sit there and be abused. Absolutely not. If you are not nice, I will never learn. And that's unfortunately something I cannot pass down. If you want me to learn, be nice. Shar said Bravo was so messy playing the fight. Oh, messy indeed. I told you, they don't care about your mental health. They do not care about your mental health. NC said Monique's reintroduction to the group is so anticlimactic. I think, to be honest, for me, it was anticlimactic because I'm enjoying Stacey and Tia so much. No shade. I didn't feel like we needed Monique. Um, and then like came back like nothing happened. Girl, you were awful. You were awful, Monique. Oh, you were awful. NC said Monique sit down with Ashley. She is now her fourth or fifth rendition of why she fought Candace. It's now family trauma, no accountability. Yeah. CM said she was never a wag. He made sure to marry her after he played. Oh, really? Well, child, tell that to Angel. Do y'all remember that scene where she was folding his laundry? And she held up his drawers? Oh, that, oh, girl. E for empathy said, I heard it's because the outfit wasn't working with the green screen and she didn't want to change. Oh, well, that may make sense because I was like, I thought she didn't have a background because they because she just wasn't coming back on the show, but she was at BravoCon having a blast. Eltavina said, did Monique get a boob job? I mean, she looks great, but I don't remember it. No, I don't see any changes in her body. She's always had a bad body. For somebody who had all them kids, she looks great. CM says she can't do that without admitting how she got with him. Plus, Candace, the only one to constantly defend her, was the, yeah, so sad. One thing I love about my Christina, me and her, we never know what day it is. I know it's from the last life. Eltavita said, to be honest, it's been like 5 years after Monique left. And she did say she had to sit down with Gizzy and address a lot of things now. The rest fighting Candace, well, she ain't there, so there's so much. You know what? Thank you for bringing that up, Eltavina, because I do remember her saying that. But the way Giselle was acting when she seen her, I was just like, did that sit down not happen? What's going on? Give Me Shelter said in an interview clip, Monique says she got a chance to show us off the side of her personality. And we're seeing it. I just really think that this is her just like happy, not having to put on ears, just able to be her. Oh, I forgot that she was anti-vax. I think they're going to be smart and keep that off the show. Altavita said, oh, Nikki, I'm pretty sure Angel called Giselle a fellow wag, giving her, yeah. Oh, giving her new man. You are right. You are right. You're right. Thank you so much for that. Jazzy said, what's with, and thank you. You know what? Since you brought that up, how are you kikiing with Giselle after she said that stuff about you? So you can see Giselle and go, hey, fellow wag. But Wendy is the one you beefing with because she laughed? Ew. Nasty spirit. Jazzy said, what's with Angel's obsession with being in scouting wags? Oh, I think that's her only importance. I think the Lord she didn't get into my sorority or any others, she would be a mess. I think that when she gained weight, the likeness wasn't working anymore, but the title of being a wag was something of prominence for her. Eltavina said Monique said on her Instagram that she doesn't have a background because she ain't had the time for all of that. That makes no sense. None of them have the same energy. Here's the thing. Monique gave that energy for Giselle at the reunion, and I felt like she gave that energy for Giselle at the reunion because she watched the season back and saw that she got played. But then she kept on like trying to blame Candace for the assault. And I was like, oh, I thought you realized you were played by Giselle. We all saw her do that. That's why I thought you were mad at the reunion. I will say today, as of today, Candace and Monique are the only ones who went after Giselle and never let up. Everybody else went at Giselle until, Giselle went softer on them. and they were happy because they want to be in her good graces. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. E for Empathy said Wendy had me cackling when she looked into the camera. Wendy seems to understand why we love Stacy. She's so serious yet harmless. Yep. Yep. But I still love her. um, L Tavina said, I still picture Monique folding her ex. They were huge. Like it's nothing. It's nothing new. We all were taken from the same place, just spread out. Like we're all going to find it. We're all going to find it. We're not going to start saying in my Yoruba tradition. What? What are you talking about? Girl, please. Please. It has to be high on her own supply. I love her. I love her. Nonsense Behavior said, I think Stacey was soft launching that name because remember in episode 2 when she met Tia and said, yeah, she was. She was letting the Nigerians know. She was building her little storyline. Girl, bye. Oh, she's so good at her job. She's so good at her job. It's all for Arabella. I have to leave a legacy for Arabella. I just have an affinity for Nigerians. She's flawless. Eltavita said, to Stacey's defense, I'm not going to share no ventures that I'm not sure. I get that. Nonsense Behavior said, Wendy said that Monique and Stacey were the only ones that checked up on her after the arrest. Wow. Give Me Shelter said, Wendy is so good for TV. I can see her and Stacey running that show. Actually, I just remain upset at her and Eddie for getting themselves into this mess. Absolutely. But can I tell you something? Wendy and Eddie being arrested and, being charged with scamming does not matter. Happy Eddie was all over BravoCon. Like he wasn't just locked up. And when Wendy walked on that BravoCon stage, that audience went berserk. She is the moment. She is the fan base does not care. They love her down. It's insane how mean she is. I am like, I hate to say it. Maybe I'm too black, but I am just like so embarrassed. Like, why in the hell are you embarrassing us on TV like this? Why are you being awful? Like, I am just, I hate it. I hate it. E for Empathy said, Angel had me so annoyed this episode. She can't say any of this to their faces. Nope. And how was she more mad at Wendy? Yep. Hello. Eltavita said, I like Stacey because for her, she ain't got no issues. She's not serious enough to have real issues with women. I love her. Absolutely. One thing I really love about Stacey, out of the many, is that she reminds me so much of how I am at work. I don't beef with nobody at no job. Why? I don't care. I'm there for a check. I am there for a check. I do not care. You are not going to get me upset. You are not going to get under my skin. You are not going to shake me. I am there for a check. Now, I've never in my life quit a job. There was one job where I worked for a nonprofit organization, and I'll never work for a nonprofit organization again. I'm on a board of one, but it's my sister's. It's different, right? But the only reason why that job actually got to me was because it pulled on my heartstrings. It was a bunch of rich women who were supposedly supposed to service Black and brown girls who they were supposedly saving out of the sex trafficking and gang banging, essentially. And I hated the way they treated those girls. It would make me sick to my stomach. So that's the only job that I quit. Any other job, I don't care. I'll work it. But like I know that I can never do another job like that where it pulls on my heartstrings, because I just got so emotionally involved with them girls, and I couldn't take how the rich treated them and pranced them around like you're supposed to be saving them out of sex trafficking, but then you're trafficking them again to these rich people. But thankfully the organization shut down and everybody's free. Anyway, I am like Stacy. This is the check. This is a check. I'm coming to do the bare minimum. I'm getting my check and I'm leaving. I'm not going to get into anything with anybody. You don't like me? I don't care. That's your problem. That's your problem. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm here for my check. And I just love that about her. Lies, legality, reality said, since we're on Angel and her sister using colorist remarks towards Wendy was disgusting, but not shocking. Also, why is Forrest Whitaker crazy? Kay and Angel were very bitter at BravoCon. It's okay to be a villain, but you have to be a likable villain. You have to have wit. You have to have wit that appeals to the audience. These two are just miserable and unpleasant. Everybody can't be Tiffany Pollard. She came back many times on Flavor of Love as the villain, and we were rooting for her. Beyonce. We were rooting for her. Give me shelter said both Giselle and Robin have more white relatives than Ashley Katie. Yep. Carmen said, yep. And Angel thought Giselle was a big sis. I was like, oh, I see you. Just like Amaya at that reunion. Yep. Eltavina said, also, I love seeing our fave Bonnie and Clyde couple at BravoCon, Wendy and Eddie, because a prison sentence can't hold nobody. Look at our sis Karen. She came back. Karen and Wendy, the way that audience reacted to them, I was like, oh. So you are the girls. You are the girls running the show. Crazy. Karen got out of prison for DUI. And they went nuts for her at BravoCon. My God, today. Listen. It was warranted. She came at Angel. Hey, the Whitney edit. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm just so disappointed in her. I hate that she looks like Kiki Shear. They love that lady. It is crazy. Chanel, I hate to say it. Please do not be insulted by this. You are. Oh my God. I have to say this. You are who I think Angel wants to look like. Can y'all see this, Star Fam? I'm like, Angel photoshops her pictures to look like you. Girl, when I saw this, I was like, girl, I bet you she has you on her vision board. Girl, stunning. Jazzy said, which is crazy. She said that because, ma'am, you have the most African American. Everything about her top lip, that's African American. This right here, this whole thing, this is African American down. Me too. Look at that. I wonder which tribe. Because it's very distinctive. Here, look at me. It's very distinctive. Like the cheekbones and this is very distinctive. Is it giving Europa? me and Stacey. Anyway, this Angel, this top lip, African. Nobody has that but us. That is African American to the core. Are you trying to look down on Wendy? Delusional. She's trying to look like Chanel. That's what she's trying to look like. Gibby Shelter said, damn, she was about to say, what has Angel ever looked at? I'm telling you, the butt lips that she said about Wendy and the Forrest Whitaker cut me deep. Because I feel like, no, I don't feel like it cut me deep because it's so disrespectful. I am somebody, I don't play about elders. Now listen, ain't no older person going to talk to me crazy, right? Just because you're an elder, you're not going to talk to me crazy and you're not going to think that I'm going to listen to you. I was raised right, so I won't disrespect you, but I will get my mother to beat you up. Please no. Oh, I won't go back and forth with you, but I'm gonna get Mama Star, and we're gonna see how slick you talking. Anyway, shout out to my elders. I don't play with that. I am so thankful of those who went before me. And so for you to sit up there and use Forrest Whitaker as an insult, that made me sick to my stomach. You have no idea what that man has done in the entertainment industry alone for your black behind. For you to sit up there and use his looks as an insult, be, the colorist mind is absolutely delusional. It's absolutely because she thinks because she is a lighter complexion that she got calls to call to tell who and who is not ugly. Girl, girl. I hope because Forrest Whitaker's daughter, she real active on the internet. I hope she cuts you clean out. I hope she drags you for filth. How dare you use her father's appearance as an insult? Ugh. Ugh. Jazzy said, "Thank you for saying the quiet part out loud, Nikki. I clocked Angel as soon as I saw those edited photos. I'm like, oh, she don't want to look black. I don't think it's. I don't know. I think she wants to look black. I think she just wants to look a certain kind of black. Like, you know, like there's very like specific. Like there are black girls who want to be black. They don't want to be anything else, but they want to look a certain kind of black, right? There is this girl. I forget her name, but she never claimed to be black, but she showed like pictures of her family and like one parent looked to be black, and all of a sudden all these black girls started following her and flooding her comments and making her like this black like famous YouTuber and TikTok or whatever. And I'm like, y'all don't like this girl's content because her content is cute. It's not better than a lot of these, black girls, right? Black from first glance girls, right? But the black girls in her comment section, I hate to say it, but every time like I click on a profile image, it is normally a dark-skinned black girl hyping this woman up. This woman looks the farthest thing from black, right? But they are hyping her up. And I saw how she changed like her bio to like Afro Latina or Panamanian or something like that, where it wasn't in there before. But because she was amassing this large black woman audience, she had to like acknowledge that. But that was not how she lived her life. But now she has to acknowledge that. And the sad part is the sad part about it is she amassed that audience not because her content is so great. She amassed that audience because that is how those black women that follow her, that is the blackness that they wish they could look like. That's the blackness that they wish that they could represent. I don't know. I thank God I don't know a world where I ever thought that I wasn't that girl. I will say everybody in my life capped my head up. Like I have never been called ugly. I don't know. Everybody, my entire life, everybody told me I was pretty, no matter where I went. Everybody pointed out the fact that I was pretty. It wasn't until I moved to LA where I was pretty for a dark skinned girl. That threw me because I was just pretty. I was, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Like that's what I'm used to. You know what I mean? I got older and I was like, oh, what's color? Like what? You think I'm unattractive because I'm dark? I ain't never. What's going on? What are we doing? But again, I grew up in a predominantly black city. So I'm a standard where I'm from, right? But I get that that's not the reality for some black women. So I understand that and I accept that, right? But it's just so weird coming across like colorless black people because it's just like, what are you really think like that as an adult too? Crazy. But I do think that she wants to be black. I think she wants to look like a certain kind of black person, a certain kind of mixed black person. You know what I mean? Like, black mom, Italian dad. black dad, Vietnamese mom. You know what I mean? Like, she want to be a swirler. She want to be a swirl. And I'm reaching here. I think she was probably attracted to her husband because of that hair texture. Picking up what I'm putting down. NC said Angel talks trash with her sister, but never has this energy to a group's face. And her comparing Wendy to a man is rooted in colorism. Clock it. She also lied, said Wendy's the one who called her a catfish. Yep. Yep. E for Empathy said, I noticed at the Derby party when she went off on Wendy unprovoked, we were all trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I'm telling you, because that is how that lady is used to treating dark-skinned black people. That's like, so this is the thing. One thing about reality TV, you will get exposed. It will show who you really are, because you could put on a facade for the first few days of filming. When you start getting comfortable, the real you comes out. You can say editing all you want to, but Angel, you only have heat for Wendy. Everybody else gets a pass. All the time. All the time. Our discernment, top notch. Whitney Edis said, when Angela was trying to Facetune her ancestral nose, I already knew when Angel was trying to Facetune her ancestral nose, I already knew what time she was on. Yep. Jazzy said, super rooted in colorism. I wonder how our beautiful dark skinned friend Kiana feels after that statement. I don't think that Kiana thinks that she's dark skinned. You know, it's always a brown skin girl be like, oh, dark skin, I'm brown skin. Yeah. The things that they probably both say about Wendy will probably gag. Girl, Kiana and Angel, delete that group chat now. Eltavina said, Angel hates that Wendy is just that girl. And honestly, if she goes to the whole fan base is going to stand beside her. Wendy is very popular. I was gagged. To be honest with you, I was gagged at the popularity. Let me tell you something. The internet is not a correct description of reality, because you would think with how people talk about Wendy on the internet that she is not that girl. At BravoCon, she is that girl. Altavina said also, Nikki, if Wendy or Eddie go to prison, would that change your view on them? The more I watch the show, the more I root for her. But I know somebody's going to have to pay the price for the silly scam. Here's the thing. I hate to say it. I'm from Philly. I just know too many people that went to prison for me to like switch up on Wendy and Eddie. Like, I would be such a hypocrite. Girl. Yeah, no, I'm not switching up on nobody because they went to prison. Now, if it was like capital murder or like, assault, something like that, assault, harming a child, scamming. Okay. We all should be scamming the US government. We all should be scamming America. Scam that 1% out of that money. Like, I'm not mad about that. She's just not doing good. She could be friend of. Eltavina said, well, hold up. Actually, Wendy said that before Angel first came at her, Wendy had Angel, her family in her house, and they really got along. So Wendy was super surprised at her switch up, which makes sense. Yeah, I'm not switching up on Wendy. I'm not switching up on her. Lies to the reality said, did you hear her? Did you hear how the husband of one new cast member of the Housewives of Rhode Island won't watch? Why won't you watch? Is it that bad? I haven't seen the trailer yet. Has been indicted on fraudulent financial charges. FBI has a cabinet strictly. Oh yeah, they're locking all the people up. Don't get on there lying. Don't get on there lying. She looked a mess. When I found out, I was like so shocked. Like I'm not the one to be like, oh, this person is not attractive. I don't do that, right? But I'm sorry. I was just like, oh girl, you're not clearing me. We have to stop the madness. You are not clearing me. Girl, Miss Brown Sugar said Angel's nastiness towards Wendy compared to Giselle, who actually said the thing. We saw it. We didn't want to call it, but there's nothing else. There's nothing else we can do. Chanel said, Chanel, please check your Instagram and see if Angel is like in your stories or in your likes. I think you're on her vision board. Chanel said, am I the only one confused about Angel's story? It seemed like her and Jazzy were talking to. It was no, you're not the only one. We're all confused. We're all confused. Something ain't right. But what we do know is that she let us know that she allegedly stole $32,000 from her husband. Child, here's the thing. If you did steal $32,000 from him and he still stayed with you, you are a nasty spirited person. But girl, share your tips. Because how did you get that man to stay after you robbed? Girl, what were you doing to that man? Share the tips, Miss Meanie. Give me something said, bingo. That is really what they are fighting for. Who wears most of the scars from our oppressor and passing that on? In reality, no one wants to look like Sydney Sweetie or Mariah Carey. Yeah, and that's one thing. We do want to be black. We want to look like a certain kind of black. Elsa Vina said, I'm looking forward to seeing Baby Bop get whacked left and right during their Colorado trip. Also, have y'all seen the trailer for? Oh, I did not. Was that shared at BravoCon? There was so much coming out at BravoCon. I was like, I can't take it in. So I'm just taking in bits and pieces. I think I'm going to take tomorrow to like really sit down and watch everything. Cyber Diva said, tell me about it. The delusion is so real. I've had one of them ghost walk up to me and try. Oh my, they're so scary. And guys, we need to help them. Something is wrong. They don't realize how scary they look. It is the scariest thing. They look like a decaying jellyfish. They're so scary looking. Oh. Who is hazing you, Miss Meanie? Everybody's afraid of you. You're so mean. Chanel said, I hope she has this book for Ashley at the reunion because Ashley came for her at BravoCon. We'll see. Cameron said, not the Jamaicans, it's the Nigerians running around with 5 layers on foundation. You know, we talked about this, but black Americans too. Because it's like 4 or 5 celebrities that are getting real light. And I'm like, huh. Okay. I'm going to let you ride with that since you're starting to do more like white films, but you wasn't this light. But see, the thing about it is black Americans do it professionally. I think they get the pills. I think not black people who are not black American, they're using like a solution, like lotion or whatever. Black Americans are using pills. That's what y'all using. That's what y'all using. Y'all real slick with it. Real slick. Did I cuss? Oh my God. It's that freaking Angel. She made me so angry this episode. I'm sorry. Sorry, Mama Star. Nonsense Behavior said, an Angel still thinks being a wag is better than Wendy. We'll see in 3 years. Oh my God, Angel. Angel, I'm begging you. Please. This show will humble you. Change your spirit. You are inviting so much darkness into your life. You got to change that spirit. Listen, let me tell you something. If and when, hopefully, Angel doesn't come back, Kiana is going to act like she don't know that lady. She's not going to invite her on the show. She's not going to do none of that stuff. And that's when Angel will realize she got played. Give me something that some people use Creole like it's an own racial designation when it's barely an ethnic. I wish people realize that they live in a Creole. Does the Creole community know that? Are you Creole? I wouldn't say that. They don't play that. They don't play that. Are you Creole? Child. Creole people don't come in and fighting me. I ain't say it. Cyber Diva said, love Tia. She's what the show needs. Absolutely. I love her. I love her and that family. The Nicholas Express, hey baby, said, thank God Angel wasn't on the same. Oh, I would not have watched it. Oh my God. All that misery on one season. Honestly, you have to be careful about what you ingest, especially now. It's real hard. We're all we're all in crisis. I can't be digesting no negativity. They gotta lighten this show up. Hey Ramel, thank you for being here, my love. Nancy said, Angel thinking she will even be back for another season. It's so laughable. I can't even laugh. Bottom of the totem pole in every way and calling shots on casting. She is in for such a rude awakening. But guys, leave him alone. You and Arnold. Um, but here's the thing. I don't think that's what I said before. I don't think Angel knows. I don't think she knows that she's like mean and nasty. I think for her, like this is like normal. She does not get it. I don't think she thinks that her being like absolutely delusional, the way that Wendy was received at BravoCon, for her to think that you have a say on if she stays or goes on this show is crazy. But that is what happens to some light skinned people. It's like a delusion. Remember, we talked about that lady on TikTok who was talking about pretty privilege, and everybody was like, where is the pretty privilege? But because she had light skin and light eyes, she just automatically assumed that she was the prettiest person in the world. And everybody in the comments was just like, oh no, auntie. Ain't nobody trying to call you ugly, but you're reaching. She really thought that. She really thought that, y'all. And she looked so scary. She looked like E.T. if he had bleached. Something for some of them, something happened to their mind. It's real scary. It's real scary. Give Me Shelter said maybe Tia is a LVP type who insults people, but when confronted, uses beauty as an excuse. I don't know. All the clips and reviews I come across, I like her a lot. Yeah, from what I've seen, she's good beans on toast for me. However, the streets are saying it's not a good look, and I was just going off of the reception at BravoCon. Like, what is going on, TT? Please fix it. Nonsense said Tia beefing with Stacey. Oh, I hope she fixes it. Two is for life. It said Tia's family is TV gold. I holler every time they gang up on the father. Me too. It's fun. It's not popular, but I am seeing a difference in some celebrities. I love the whole family. The whole family dynamic is just, I feel like for me, I feel like this is what the diaspora needs. We need like a black, multiculturally black family, like out there representing, showing like this is how we actually exist. I think it's so healthy. I think it's so needed for now. That's why I'm like, Tia, this is bigger than you. Be on your P's and Q's. I'm sorry you were chosen for a time such as now. This is bigger than you. Okay? I'm your Samuel. I'm anointing you for this task from the Lord, from the ancestors. Get it together. Do not mess this up for the diaspora. E for Empathy said, love Tia, but where was the husband? It seems like dad was partying too. He was acting like he had no idea what was going on. Somebody threw up in a little. Yeah, they was having a time, and so was dad. So was dad. He said, seeing the head and handle. You know what's so funny? The dad and the son, they're in a house full of very strong women. So it just seems like they just know to stay out of the way. Remember, the son was like he wants to be adopted out of the family. Oh, I love them. Oh, they do. Them daughters do not play. I love it. I love it. Oh, yeah, I love Wendy and her family too. Nonsense behave. I feel like all the housewives who are like good moms and have really great relationships with their husbands, they should get spinoffs. Nonsense behavior said, I can't believe Greg has 3 kids. She better not let him put his name in that condo. Shar said, I didn't know Greg and his ashy feet had 3 whole kids. Girl, please stand up. You can't. Listen, that's what Jazzy was like. Jazzy was like, I know you're not talking about me. Even everybody said the Capris are back, Nikki. That was my reaction too. I'm not, listen, Kiana, face, card never declines. Body is T. Why in the hell wasn't she was in that Capri onesie? I never in my life seen anything like that. I was just like, Kiana, I feel like this outfit is like 20 years too early. This is too early for you, mama. The Whitney had to say Kiana's outfit was offensive. LOL. When I saw the Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova. We wanted her to be. We wanted her to be that girl. Fun, young, and living the life on the show, but she showed a beautiful nut. She could have been that girl. We wanted her to be that girl. And she came on the show and I was like, ugh. That's why, listen, I'm going to give it to Kenya. Kenya said the girls don't audition anymore. They used to audition for like 1 or 2 seasons before they even got a friend of role. Now they just come on the show. We got to go back to auditioning, Andy. We got to go. I forgot his name. I'm so sorry, but he gives me Norbit. He gives me Norbit. Oh. Oh, it's a cherry blossom. Oh, I would have never thought of that. It needs to be a brick. The DMV, that's Brick City. They are bricked down. Cobblestone and brick. The Whitney edit said, we should have got more of Jazzy's wedding. Meanwhile, they cut scenes to go down the dive bar for Ashley's cornball event. Well, I get why we didn't get a lot of scenes from Jazzy's wedding because Jazzy's a friend of. If she was a main brick holder, cherry blossom holder, we would have seen it. She loves that character, y'all. She loves that character. Hey, Art World, thank you for being here. 2is5 said, Bravo said, here, stop begging, and gave the Jazzy 2-minute wedding. I almost missed the child. Listen, that man is fine. That man is fine. Listen, I'm not pleased with the men of my generation. I will say this. Whenever I see a fine one, I wish I liked them more because coming home to something fine and chocolate, my God, today. Especially like, I'm telling you, it's like raining in LA right now. To be laid up in front of my fireplace on the chest of something fine and chocolate. I wish they were better human beings. Congrats, Jazzy. I get it, girl. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I haven't made dumb decisions through, across something fine and chocolate. I understand, sister. So I'm not judging. It's easy to say you'll walk away until you get in front of one of them. And, Anyway, congrats, girl. Congrats. My confessionals, iconic. My confessionals would be iconic. Yes, I would be breaking champagne glasses, twisting wigs. I would give you a show, and my storyline would be a lie. Me and my husband would be first of all, I would be in a lavender marriage. It would be one of my best gay friends. Like, I'll be like, listen, and I'm not going to write it down. This is the verbal contract. I'm going to give you this check, but we're going to act like we're married. We would be breaking up every season. And then I'll be like, oh, we're trying to work it out. But oh my goodness, me and Jamal, I don't want to talk about it. Cut the cameras. Every season. season, I will be breaking up with that man. Every season. Every season. Cameron said, oh, the money I would give to see Nikki.Star breaking a bottle. See, don't say that, y'all, because that's how you know I'm down on my luck. I'm down on my luck. I am poor. Like, and it's like, I'm so poor, I can't even shop at Ross. That's how you know it's bad. When I got a window shop at Ross, ooh. Oh, the body's tea. But she's like, I can't show my body. I'm a mother. Girl, the body's tea. That's how you got that Black American man. He couldn't get himself together. Shar said, Lord, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills at the time. Homegirl still filmed the whole season afterward. It was so good. It was so good. No, not me. It's just like online, it's not a good look. And then Cynthia, yeah, it's not good for y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's not good for y'all right now. It's like y'all have to go back to the drawing board. I'm gonna tell you, it's two coaches right now, aside from the white people. Listen, they're on their last leg, so we just gonna let them go head on. But two coaches right now, y'all really gotta work on home. Y'all gotta go back to the drawing board, and y'all really gotta fix y'all online presence. Latinos, especially the Mexican American community, what is going on? It's not looking good for y'all. And Black Brits, we gotta do some work, y'all. It's not looking good. That's why I'm just like, y'all need to get behind Tia. She's your best representation right now. I don't know what Daniel and Idris and Moni Love is doing. Slick Rick just came out with another album, but then he stopped promoting it. So I don't know what the Black Brits that we know and love. I don't know what they're doing, but we got Tia, and y'all got to work with her right now because the online presence is not. It's not good. Cameron said, no, remember when old girl left her daughter at Kyle's house and flew to Europe with a man? That's when Kyle was not playing about being a mom. That's when Kyle was just like, oh, I do not play about my kids. That's when she was acting like she ain't smoke weed. Child. Remember when Brandy said that Kyle smoked weed with her? And she was like, Brandy, I have kids. Brandy was just like, and your kids know that you smoke weed. Oh, Lord. That's why you got to watch who you lay with, child. She changed into a white man. She is transitioning into a white man. You got to watch who you lay with. Yeah, it's not. I ain't want to judge nobody's drag king performance, but it's not good. It's not good. Twist said, I thought that was strange too. Like, when did Kyle? It was weird. He picked her up. Shar said, we've been new. My computer is so slow. I got too many things open. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm shopping. Next time tomorrow, I'm gonna close all this up. I'm gonna get this together. Forgive me. But I got so many stores I gotta go to. It's crazy. Anyway, Shar said, we've been new their hair stylists and rocking with just that's I think you just did something. Maybe that's why her hair looked like that. Is that her enemy? Oh my God, is he her enemy? Girl. Yes, Norbit loved that outfit because Norbit is like 72. He is so old. Do you see his sandals that he wears? Not just in his leisure. That's his everyday shoe. I was gagged when I found out he was a millennial. I said, where? Altavida said, also, come to find out, Greg has 3 small kids, so that apartment, yeah. Yeah, she was, we loved her as a friend of. We did not like her as a main cherry blossom holder. To His For Life said, Nikki, did the mid-season trailer give you? I didn't see the mid-season trailer. Should I watch it? Let me watch it. Let me watch it. Star Ephraim said, "Hey, Star fam, thank you all for supporting Nikki and remembering to like and share the video. Thank you."
Brand new from Buzzball, Grace Gone Wild with Lil Dicky.
Bravo, you got enough money. What is all these commercials?
Oh yeah.
Oh, here it is.
We definitely doing some wandering. How we go from private jet to gas station? Where is Asia?
Still to come on this season of The Real Housewives of Potomac.
She just busted her ass like an AARP member.
The Potomac Quiet. I wanted to come and just be like, you lonely?
I know, right?
We're your friends. Yeah. We may have had a little smooch.
You get invited. You get invited. No more hazing. No more negativity. No more evil.
I don't need to play
and screaming.
I am prim and proper.
Take your things and be gone. Toodle-doo.
In 2 weeks, I was going to go back to Colorado. We're going back Monday.
What do you mean?
Angel got kicked out of her house.
They would say you were evicted, girl.
I was not evicted, home girl.
Welcome to Colorado. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Well, cheers to after.
I got my Mary J. Blige boots.
Bobcats, rattlesnake.
You got some money.
See a mountain lion. It's already too late.
You're an hour from here. Why do we got us at your house?
Their water stopped working.
There's no Wi-Fi.
Wendy smelled sewage.
The tub water coming out, so I'm like this.
What's going on?
Are you okay? They don't have trees in Baltimore.
Mauricio.
Oh, nice to meet you, Mauricio.
Keep your tongues in your mouth.
I do not appreciate that.
I noticed similarities between you and I. Being with an NFL player.
I'm not willing to discuss that, period. I said, so Chris, you bang his Stacy? He went like this.
But she said she don't know him.
Stop playing, Stacy. I will blow this whole up. What kind of friends are you?
Oh no.
Our lives together. This takes the cake.
How do you think this is going to affect our marriage?
No wonder Eddie and trying to act like they breaking up.
I'm good, thank you.
Andy.
She got Angie to sit there.
Free woman.
It's time to talk about my addiction.
This is how you come back, Karen. Yes, thank you. You got to come back and let us know you got a problem. She got to sit down with Andy. I'm rather interested in this season. Okay, I'm gonna stick with it. I was gonna quit the show. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with it. Wendy and Happy Eddie. Why do you think this is gonna mess up our marriage, affect our marriage? The devil is a liar. Y'all gonna work that out. Y'all gonna have to do a bid together. Ain't nobody breaking up. Oh, unless are you gonna break up to protect your assets? That makes sense. Anyway, Miss Roger said, I rather enjoyed this episode. It was light for the most part, but I found myself giggling. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And then we got to Angel. She's still throughout the season. This was terrible casting. NC said Marlo's peach upgrade was a disappointment. Absolutely. But I believe the audience still had an affinity for her due to her legacy and history on the show. No shade. But we just met Kay 5 minutes ago. She can go. Okay. Altavita said, Nikki, before you ever get broke, never going to happen. In Allah's name, hallelujah, assalamu alaikum, and get on reality TV. The Star family will start a GoFundMe. Because we won't ever let that happen. Here's the thing, Star family. If I do that, please, I don't need nobody being like, oh my God, Nikki was about to be homeless. We GoFunded her some money and she got on homeless and then she bought a La Crusade pot. That is for my mental health. That is for my mental health. Do not judge me. Elsavina said, also, what's the whole Giselle drama over her dad's will? This is the thing. I'm telling you from experience. All the older people in your life that you love, they got assets. You better get what is it? Get that will notarized. Get that will notarized. As soon as that old person says, "Oh, I'm starting to have headaches," get that will notarized. Get that will notarized, because I'm telling you, especially if they are married, I have nothing for my grandmother, and I know she had a will. Well, so what's happening with Giselle's dad's will is that he had a will. The wife said that he signed another will while he was in a hospital. And Giselle was like, my dad was in hospice. There's no way, he couldn't move or anything. So how was he signing anything? He didn't have any mobility. So it was impossible for him to sign. So she is contesting the will, which my family should have did that, but you know. Anyway, very smart of her to do. If you have the money and it don't make sense, contest the will. Chua said Monique came in dancing, straight up ignored Giselle and forced her to speak first. Smart move, Monique. She said, I'm going to let Giselle take the lead and see what it's giving. Well, she had that in the trailer. She has a sit down with Giselle and she's acting like they don't have history. That's actually kind of scary. Cyber Diva said, yes, likening Wendy to Forrest Whitaker is a form of misgendering. Absolutely. It happened to me many times because of my dark skin. Absolutely. Which is why I always say that Black women, especially dark-skinned Black women, need to be huge allies for for Black trans women, because they're going after them because they can't freely go after us the way they want to. We are the same. I hate, especially when a dark-skinned Black woman tries to be transphobic. They call us both men. Ain't nobody, you are not exempt. You are not exempt. In fact, we are the ones that get it more than anybody else. You are not exempt. So that transphobia ain't working for you, girl. If they see us just the same. Hello. Hey, Be Wise. Thank you for being here. Hey, Andre. Andre said Marlo Hampton was not good to the show. Her life on Bravo, Real Housewives in the front of row and felt as full time. Yeah, it didn't do good. It didn't do good. Shar said Chris definitely has a type that Monique and Stacey got a similar build. Yeah, he likes a little thin girl. Yeah, I think everybody thinks because, no shade, because he built like Shrek, y'all think that he wanted Fiona. Oftentimes, Shrek build men, they do like a nice little Fiona. Sometimes they want something tiny. But oftentimes, them big boys, they like bumping fupas. Pisces said, remember how his mother treated Monique and how she talked about her at the table while Monique was sitting right there? Yeah, that was a miserable marriage. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Ephraim said, Wendy is having a solid season and not always been a Wendy apologist, so it's wild to me. LOL. Love it for her. Me too. Wendy actually grew on me. She wasn't my fave on the show. It was Monique for me, and then it switched to Candace, and then I just, you know what it is? Oh my God. I really root for the person that is like that, the underdog, I guess. I guess I'm that kind of person. So like when somebody's like being attacked, I'm like, I'm going to stand up. Oh God, is that me being a mammy? Is that mammyism? Oh Jesus, I constantly got to kill the mammy in me. Am I being a mammy? The Nicholas Express said, I need for Wendy and Stacey to, I would love it. I would love it. Hey Rena said, so what is the difference between Stacey and Culture Vulture? She identifies more with the privileged color. She is about to use Wendy to get more exposure to that world. Stacey doesn't. She doesn't? Oh, you got to give me more. I didn't know that Stacey didn't identify as Black. BY said, I understand why Wendy doesn't care much for Ashley's apology. It's not authentic. Wendy doesn't care about anything that Ashley. Yeah. And I wouldn't either. Been that girl. Give Me Shelter said, Nikki, have you kept up with what's going on? No, I'm never going to keep up what's going on Salt Lake City. I will be watching that Mary Crosby documentary. I want to know what's going on. I have not caught up on Orange County, but I will be caught up by tomorrow because we're going to talk about it in a reality TV chat. Audacity of the bitch said Kira moving like she was a freedom fighter. on that stage with that audience response. She looked incredible, though. She did. She did. Her and Wendy, I don't think they can do any wrong to that audience. They loved them. I will say, bravo. They're not the best. However, I love the fact that they give older women new life. I think that's one of the best things about that network. Andre said, I enjoyed BravoCon in 2023, the Southern Charm men and women problems. Oh, I didn't really get into Southern Charm. Guys, my last episode of Southern Charm was when that girl was sitting in her backyard and as she was drinking sweet tea with another colonizer, she said, "Oh, we're sitting on a slave burial ground." What? I was out after that. I haven't watched another episode of Southern Charm. Absolutely not. Give me shelter said, that's what I was thinking. Chanel makes Angel look okay. Chanel, check and see if you on her vision board, child. You might be there. Be Wise said at BravoCon actually tried to apologize. Yeah, I saw that. And Wendy didn't accept it. She didn't need to. Yeah, I'm glad they all saw that. I'm glad they also. Wendy and Cameron were the belles of the ball. I know Giselle and Ashley were gagged, and Angel. So I'm curious to see next season if there's going to be a switch up now that they know who the fan faves are. Now that they know, is there going to be a switch up? We'll see. Give me Shelter said Angel used Forrest Whitaker in the same way they use Don Cheadle's. Come on, give me Shelter. I think he has a magnificent nose. The broadness of our nose always conveys softness. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, she was purposefully misgendering Wendy and also using Forrest Whitaker's features as a way to call her ugly. It was so layered and nasty, just evil. I am said if Angel constantly facetunes her face, she should not get a nose job. She should get a nose job since she has the money. Here's the thing. I am firmly against ethnic rhinoplasty. Maybe I'm just too woke. Because I just feel like it's always rooted in something else. Like, what do you mean you got your nose on because you want to look better? What is the better? You know what I mean? So it's not for me. It's not something I recommend. It's not something that I like for my people to do, but it's not my body, right? It's not my body or my face. Do what you need to do. I wouldn't recommend her getting a nose job or recommend her decolonizing and decentering men. And I think then she can get a full appreciation of who she is. But you know, it's her life. Eltavina said also Wendy wasn't the only. Yes, it was also Ashley. But we're mad at Wendy. It's Kima said there's a difference between fraud and DUI. I can judge Karen for a DUI, but scamming it, yeah. Scamming and stealing, as long as you don't steal from me. Like, if you're a poor working class, do what you got to do. Like, if you stealing deodorant out of Target, I didn't see. If you are stealing from your neighbor, I did see. I'm calling the popo. I'm calling the popo. How dare you steal from another working class person? Stealing from the rich, it's not a bad thing. Please, if I get rich, do not like run this clip and be like, "Oh, Nikki, remember when you said this?" I don't mean it then. Yes, they rob us every day. This administration is robbing us of our joy. Rob them back. Yeah, I don't care about reverse scam. Okay, you stole from the banks. They stealing from you. Yeah. That's how the 1% got wealthy. They are scammers. They are all scammers. Scam them back. Miss Brown Sugar said, I just don't care that much. Insurance fraud, ain't my business, ain't my problem. And they ain't the only one doing it. They were just naive enough to get caught. Yep, you could tell this was their first time. They're amateurs. Give me Shelter said, I was gagged that people gave Wendy so much love. Me too. I was the... Huh? Brooke Ashley, and she had to go block people using xenophobia to get at Wendy. Oh, really? I'm starting to think they were bots. I see. Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's the thing. For being a diaspora wars, I really don't get into them. But there are some communities that have a really bad online presence. Let's fix it. But I don't really get into it because it's just like it's not. I don't think it'll ever be an accurate representation of what it's actually like in certain places or meeting people in person. So I really don't get into it. But for me, the way Wendy gets dragged online, I would have never expected her getting that kind of reception at BravoCon, especially after getting arrested. That the Real Housewives of Potomac, it's Wendy and Karen's. That is Wendy and Karen's show. Nobody from Potomac got love like that outside of Wendy and Karen. And even Happy Eddie, that was all over him. I said, oh, it's your show. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Okay. So real. And that's why them housewives should never laugh at another housewife getting locked up or divorced. Because I'm telling you, you laugh, this is in the housewife world. You laugh at another housewife getting divorced, you'll be next. You laugh at a housewife getting locked up, you're going to be next. It happens all the time. It happens all the housewife karma is quick. It's quick and swift. Miss Brown Sugar said, what's weird about the whole situation is it sounded like Jazzy was trying to embarrass her on camera only for Angel to spill. I said, why did you tell us all of this? But girl, he stayed. What did you do to that man? What did you do to him, girl? Altavita said, also, I just remember that Wendy and Eddie were doing a house rental costing them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, wow, scam money came through, I guess. If you got to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to renovate your home, move. Who the hell is doing that? Move. It's so scary. I can't believe nobody is telling them that. Have seeing a bleached demon in person? Oh, it's so scary. It's so scary. Give each other said the skin bleaching makes people look more. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's definitely giving funeral home. It's so scary. It's so scary. Andre said Portia Williams was drunk, Shamia drunk, Kelly drunk, Kiki more drunk. Oh, I thought you said Brittany Eden was at BravoCon. Yeah, well, no jail time in Georgia. Who locking them up? They're rich. They're rich. Okay, so give me shelter. Give me shelter. Say yes, Creole on my mom's side, Creole on my father's side because he's West African. We are all Creole. Creolization of America is just the infusion of African culture. People think it's just light skin. There you go. Let us know, Creole Queen. You related to Beyonce? Because you know, huh, Miss Tina, they Creole down. Miss Brown Sugar said, okay, can we go back to that dancing on cars and somebody puke part? Wasn't this the 14-year-old's party? Like, what in the showing up wasted was going on? Now you know those, yeah. Well, I think they're raising their kids in a white community. That's what them rich blacks do. Unless it's Martha's Vineyard or Atlanta, they're going to be raised around white people. Give me shelter says, speaking of Kenya, not one dang mention at BravoCon while Nene was name dropped. Because Nene, Atlanta built Bravo. Like, Nene is Bravo. Like, there's no way you can talk about Bravo without Nene. She is the biggest star ever produced out of that show, out of that network. Oh, it's a champagne flute? Nobody knows what them heifers is holding. Nobody knows. Chanel, who's on Angel's vision board, said, I'm from Long Beach. I got pretty for a brown girl, or that I must be mixed with something other. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. It's just like, no, black is beautiful. I'm black. I'm black. I just said Jazzy is in the front of role on Bravo. The wedding was quick. The wedding ring money well spent. Listen, they got a nice coin. It was a cute wedding. Maybe. Maybe. Um, he's so old. He's so old. Oh, so old. Oh, it was good. It was good. Karen got to sit down with Andy. Well, now we know who she is, child. Now we know. Miss Rodriguez said, now Karen, you may have an addiction, but I'm gonna need you to accept responsibility. Yeah. Yeah. She gotta Karen doesn't need to be behind the car. Yeah, Mr. Chocolate. No, it's Mr. Chocolate. What's his name? Chocolate Bill Gates. Black Bill Gates. He needs to just get you a driver. And one that you're not attracted to. Because you just can't you can't get behind the wheel anymore. I am said, did you see Giselle's daughter became a member of Alpha? Oh, good. Oh, Jazzy attended. Oh, that's not Giselle's tether. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. She looked just like her though. Oh my God. Oh, that's not. Congrats to little mama. Thank you. I'm gonna get like one pie. And I'm like, thank y'all for the GoFundMe. Like, come on. We are the same. Everybody treats us the same. Black women and black trans women, same treatment. There's no difference, y'all. There's no difference. You may want it to be because you want some privilege. And I'm glad you don't get that privilege because it seems that the people who get it, it rots them. I don't want us like that, sisters. I always want us to be on the right side of history. Hey Will, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. The Nicholas Express said, I gotta close the windows, my poor computer. Well, Nicholas Express said, this is off topic, Nikki, but Angel made me think of this paper I just wrote for my race diversity class about microaggressions on Bravo. Garcelle, Dallas, Ebony, Roni. Oh, well, what was in it? We're interested. I am said, I believe Dee Dee will appear on the new Ultimate Girls Trip show since she and Kim were supposed to have a similar. I don't know if that's going to happen because Andy said, I think at BravoCon, somebody asked him about Nene. He said, well, the last time I spoke to her, she told me to keep her name out of my mouth. So, because I think somebody said, is she coming back to the show or coming back to Bravo? I want her to come back, but child, who knows? Altavina said the Bravo fandom loves criminals, to be honest, but do we draw the line at Jen Shah? Because her crime was scamming the elderly. Oh, yeah, we have to. That was horrible. That was horrible. And she was a culture vulture, so, you know. Will says, I am not saying Dorit's experience is not real, but I do believe the crime was random as they would have us to believe. Here's the thing. Where Dorit lives, they do get Encino and Studio City, they get robbed. Them celebrities get robbed. It happens. But a lot of them celebrities do insurance fraud. So it is what it is. I'm going to get two more and then I'm going to get out of here. El Tavina said, ethnic nose jobs are so hard to perfect. So instead of you ended up like Michael Jackson, you're better off loving yourself much cheaper. You look great. Yeah, also because there's not a lot of education on our features and on our bodies. There's not. So you are taking a huge risk putting your bone structure in the hands of somebody who has never worked on your bone structure before. Yikes. I always say, if you're going to get work done as a Black person, Atlanta or Brazil, I wouldn't go nowhere else. I wouldn't go nowhere else. Oh, you're gonna. Oh my goodness. Will, fun fact. Today, I I was researching the Gullah Bible. I want to get that. I feel like you should just have that in your home. I was researching that. I could only find it on Amazon, so I'm gonna keep on looking. But oh my god, I love that. I'm learning about your people. Well, our people maybe, I don't know, but I love that. We got Gullah Geechee in the building. We got Creole. We got Gullah Geechee. I know that's right. I am said Andy said he and Nene were texting a few weeks ago. Listen, that's where she fits. What's a little lawsuit? What's a little lawsuit between friends? I love that. Let me get out of here, Star Fam. We have been here. Oh, you're Gullah as well. Hey, I cannot wait to visit the island. I cannot wait. Oh, I love that. We got Gullahs in here. Thank you all so much, Star Fam, for joining me. I will see you tomorrow, same time, right? I think it's going to be the same time. Same time for a reality TV chat. We're going to talk about Mary Crosby's documentary, Love Island Beyond the Villa, finally Real Housewives of Orange County, and some other stuff. And then I think I'm going to do 2 more reality TV chats this week. And then I have something coming up with Arnold. I'm doing something with Arnold. And I'm doing something with the Star Fam. So you'll see that stuff. But I do have the reminder already up for the reality TV chat tomorrow. So hope to see you there. Hope to see you there. Altavita said, thank you for the live, mama. It's 5 a.m. in London, so I got to get some rest. Thank you. Oh, have fun in London. Are you from? Have we discussed? Are you from London? Wherever. Have fun, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much, So Steph. Love you guys. Bye. Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh my God, we got Gullah Geechees in the building.